Let's learn about partial pressure. There are 3 different gases inside of this container, so this would be considered a mixture of gases. A mixture of gas A, gas B, and gas C. In this diagram, each particle represents 1 mole of the gas. So if we count them up, we would see that there are in subscript A, so for specifically the number of moles for gas A is 11 moles. And for gas B, in subscript B, that would be 8 moles. And for gas C, in subscript C, that would be 6 moles. So we can add them up and we can get the total number of moles in subscript T. You can write out the word total if you'd like to, but to save space, I usually just write T. And subscript T is equal to 25 moles. So the entire container has 25 moles of gas, and we can see that they're broken down this way. Now, when you have a part over a whole, so we have part over whole, we have part over whole, 3 different parts, and we have a total or a whole amount, you can calculate mole fractions. So a mole fraction is really just the decimal version of a percentage. So to do that, we would write this chi character, basically like a capital X, and subscript A, and then we do the same thing for B and for C. The mole fraction for each gas is easy to calculate, but it's like a key, because if we know the total pressure, in this case, the entire gas mixture has a total pressure of 50 atm, and if we know the total volume, we can calculate the partial amounts for this. And here's how we calculate the mole fraction. You take the parts, so we have 11 moles, and you divide it by the wholes, so that's going to be 25 moles. So for each of them, it's the parts over the wholes. To calculate the mole fraction for A, you'll take 11 and divide it by 25. To calculate the mole fraction for gas B, you'll take 8 and divide it by 25. And then the same thing for C, you'll take 6 and divide it by 25. And that's because what we're going to get is basically just a decimal. It's the mole fraction. So what I did is I just did 11 divided by 25, 8 divided by 25, and 6 divided by 25. You can see why they're called mole fractions, because they're literally fractions, but you can turn them into something that's more usable and more common for us, which are simply decimals. And here are our mole fractions. Once you have the mole fraction, you can use it like a key, because it allows you to calculate the partial pressure of a particular gas and also the partial volume of that particular gas. And it's really easy to use. All you got to do is multiply it by the total. So if we think about how to calculate the partial pressure of gas A, P subscript A, that's going to be the mole fraction of gas A times the total pressure. So let's do that. It would be 0.44 for the mole fraction for gas A times the total pressure of 50 atmospheres. And when we do that, we're going to get the partial pressure of gas A, which is 22 atmospheres. So 22 atmospheres. Before we continue, let's really address an important topic here with the fact that the number of moles is directly proportional to the pressure, which is also directly proportional to the volume. So all of these values are proportional. So moles, volume, and pressure are all proportional, which means you can actually solve these a bunch of ways. You can do like cross multiplication. They're all just equivalent ways to solve these. So let's fill this chart in. We see that there are 11 moles of gas A, 8 moles of gas B, and 6 moles of gas C, which gives us 25 moles total. Now we can also fill in these parts because we know the total pressure, 50.0 atm, and we know the total volume, 75.0 liters. Do we know any of the partial values though? The partial values are all of these. So this would be for A, for B, for C, for A, for B, for C. Well, we did just calculate the partial pressure of gas A, and the partial pressure of gas A is 22. When you add up all of the partial whatever, so the mole fraction ratios, or the partial pressure, or the partial volume, it should of course equal the total amount. So we can calculate the partial pressure for B and C as well. So I calculated the partial pressure for B and the partial pressure for C in the same way, just multiplying the mole fraction by the total amount, and that's going to go into our chart as well. So we have the partial pressure for each gas. So this is the partial pressure for gas A, for gas B, and for gas C, and of course they do add up to the total pressure. So how would I go about calculating the partial volume for each? It would be done the same way, except I'd use the total volume. So the partial volume for B is equal to the mole fraction for B times the total volume. And that would be 0.32 times we have a total volume of 75.0 liters. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of it. So we have our partial volumes. I can add those to our table as well. So it's going to be 24 liters for gas B, and there are 18 liters of gas C. But we didn't calculate the partial volume of gas A using this equation. You certainly could. It would just be multiplying the mole fraction for A by the total volume. But since we know that these all add up, you can also just subtract. So if I do 75 minus 18 minus 24, that would allow me to fill in the gap here. And that's going to be 33 liters. So we've learned that partial pressure is actually proportional to partial volume, which are proportional to the mole fractions, which is just the parts over the whole. So they're all proportional in this way. Keep in mind that mass is not proportional. So if you have a container that has 50 grams of some light gas and then 50 grams of some heavier gas, you've got to consider the molar mass, because just because there's equal masses does not mean there's equal moles. Remember, moles and masses are different things. Mass needs to be converted to moles. Now that we've expanded this, we can actually add some additional notation. So this represents the partial pressure of gas A. This symbol P subscript B represents the partial pressure of gas B, and this represents the partial pressure of gas C. This represents the partial volume of gas A. This represents the partial volume of gas B, and this represents the partial volume of gas C. And of course, these are just the number of moles of each gas in A, in B, and in C.